Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And have you started playing yet? Because if you haven't, I'm going to tell you why this is the absolute best time to be picking up Raid Shadow Legends. Whether or not you want to start a brand new account, maybe you're already a player, you want to make an alt account, that is totally fine. And if you haven't started, then now is why you should, because we're going to be talking about some new characters that you're going to be getting by using the QR code or the link in the description down below, including Elenaril, Rector Drath, and Uugo, who you're going to get after finishing the tutorial, getting to level 15, and getting to level 30. And that is not all, because there's also Supreme Galek, who I want to talk about in today's video as well. You'll be getting him if you input the code Supreme6 on a brand new account. So that is 4 champions that we're going to be talking about, with a bonus extra later on in the video that we're going to be talking about. So that's 5 free champions that you're going to get for starting Raid Shadow Legends, which is why this is the best time. And if you find the information in this video helpful, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell for all videos Raid Shadow Legends here on the Boilon channel. So let's get started with that. And I do want to go into the index here. We're going to start with Elenaril. It's Elvish, right? You gotta. I'm thinking like Lord of the Rings, right? You gotta think about it like that. So Elenaril. I almost want to just drop the other E. Man, I'm awful. Anyways, she is of the High Elf faction here, and what does she do? Well, her A1 does place an HP burn here for 2 turns, and this debuff cannot be resisted. Okay, so this is pretty good. HP burn is very good. It hits. So if you guys don't know what HP burn does, or burn in general, it will do a dot damage over time, basically, but hit all the targets. So that's nice there. Her A2 places a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns AoE, and this is 100%. You do need to pass a accuracy check, of course, as usual for most debuffs. But I want to actually make a comparison between her and Kale, because there is some similar things going on with the mechanics here. So Kale on his A3 can do up to 4 5% poisons, but it's only like a 50% chance or 40%. You need to put some books in it to there. So this is pretty interesting. And also places a second. So that's what I meant to say as a second, if the attack is critical. So the way that you're going to want to build this character is going to be through lots of critical hit. If you're in the early game, the easiest way to do this is to get crit chance gloves, and then just stack that up to get your crit chance. You can get a lot of crit chance through your substats, but I think otherwise, for people within the first month, maybe or so, it's just easier to use crit chance gloves. Now, she does come with this. So if you're using her faction grips, you don't need to actually have that high, because she does give an additional 24% if you are using this particular leader aura. And finally, her A3 it actually detonates all of the poison, so deals damage from all poison debuffs on all enemies instantly. So you can run her with Kale, right? If you're loading the enemy up, like even a Demon Lord clan boss, if you're running him up with like 8 poisons, not that I don't personally recommend that many, but it's possible. You could use this skill to detonate all the poison to do all that 5% damage at the same time, right? Depending on how many poison stacks are on the enemy. So this is a pretty strong ability, and she's absolutely free. So she's going to be your freebie if you download using the code or using the link in the description down below. You're going to get her on day one, or like as soon as you finish the tutorial. So really, really nice there. There's a lot of crossover similarities though with Kale. So in a lot of ways, I would just call her I would call her a updated version of Kale to some extent, although a little bit harder to book out, unfortunately. But I want to talk about the 2 other champions that are in the promotion that I've been using every single day, and that's going to be Uugo and Rector Drath. Let's talk about Rector Drath first, because you're going to get her at level 15. She is an amazing support character. I am about 70 days into my account, and I started with Rector Drath, and I'm using almost everywhere in tons of content. One of the best support characters, and definitely one of the best epic support characters in the game that you're getting absolutely for free. Rector Drath's kit includes an attack down, a 50% attack down debuff for 2 turns. Now, this is 35% going up to 50% with some epic books, but this is still really solid because mitigating damage is going to be really, really important when you're going up against all boss-related content. Rector Drath's heal, Necro Mutation, 20% of this champion's max health, and then places a Perfect Veil. Perfect Veil buff is basically a damage reduction of 15% across the board. So everyone is getting this, which is really good. It's like a stealth mechanic, but it also gives added, Perfect Veil anyways, gives added benefits of 15% damage reduction and a 15% continuous heal or regen, depending on what games you're used to, for one ally. If they for one turn to all allies if they have less than 100% HP. Now, the heal portion does go up quite a bit. You can get an extra bump of 20%. So this is pretty dramatic, right? Very good healer, very good support character, and to add things off, that she can also revive. So Spirit Form does revive an ally with 60% health and fills their turn meter by 60%, and also places the Perfect Veil. So really good survivability stuff here in Rector Draft. Like unless I'm really confident that I can do it without healing, you're going to want to use Rector Draft. Just an absolutely amazing champion here. And also, whenever an ally under a Veil or Perfect Veil gets a turn, heal them for 10% of their max HP. So again, more healing coming out of this passive. Really, really nice. And they also get enhanced resistance when they are under Veil or Perfect Veil as well. So one of the best support characters in the game that you're getting for free. Now, Uugo is also a support character, but I would say more of a debuffer support character, right? You have your positive support, and then you have your more negative support in this case. So Uugo is doing more negative status effects. A1 Black Hand places a leech debuff for 2 turns. And if you don't know what leech does, basically anytime you do damage to the enemy is going to give you a portion of that back as healing. So that's really nice. It's actually some way to circumvent. If you don't need heavy healing, then you could just add in a leech, have someone that applies leech and then do more damage, and then you're going to heal yourself back. It's kind of like a bit of a lifesteal mechanic. Maelstrom Rack, or A2, is amazing. It applies defense down, 60% defense down. Decreased defense is so important. It's one of the most important debuffs in the game because you have no idea how much it's going to improve your damage quite dramatically. And also, there is a 75% chance when booked to apply block buffs debuff, meaning they cannot receive any buffs. This is also very important, and the chance of placing this is a lot higher with more enemies alive. So the start of a wave, for example, that this is almost guaranteed to land. So really, really good skill. I'm still using Uugo every single day, and Uugo has some healing here. Remove all heal reduction debuffs from all enemies, and then 1 random debuff from all allies. Unfortunately, there's only 1. It's not a full cleanse. It does some healing as well. And if for whatever reason Uugo is the last person alive, this doesn't happen all the time, but if Uugo is the last member of your team alive and you use this, it revives everyone. This has happened to me sometimes in Arena. This has happened in some instances of PvE. But this can come in at a clutch moment, probably more so if you're playing on manual, because this is very hard to time, in some sort of auto context. And then finally, if Uugo is the last person alive, she gets a increased speed buff and block damage buff for 1 turn, probably to get around to this to revive everybody. So those are the characters there that you get from the link in the description and also the QR code. The other one I want to talk about is Ultimate Galek. Galek? I don't actually know which way I'm supposed to say it. Oh, Supreme Galek. Sorry, Supreme Galek. Did I say Ultimate Galek? Hopefully I said Supreme Galek earlier on. I meant to say Supreme Galek. It is Supreme Galek. Okay, so he's a really good starter champion. You're going to use him through the promo code Supreme6, which, I'm going to, just in case you forgot, I'm going to bring it up again here. Promo code Supreme6, right? So if you need to do that, if you're within the first early days of your account, make sure to plug that in to get Supreme Galek, and that's really good there. Now, as far as his kit goes, attacks 1 enemy for 2 times on his basic A1, with each hit having an extra 10% chance of inflicting a critical hit. Each hit also has a 40% chance of increasing the duration of HP burns. So that's actually going to go well with Elenaril. Elenaril. Someone's going to get me in the comments. Supreme Galek's A2 attacks 4 times at random, and then places a 50% increased attack buff on this champion before attacking. I really like this. So it's going to go up, the buff's going to go up first, and then it's going to do a lot of damage. And then it has extra chances to inflict a critical hit, and also can instantly activate the burn, meaning that it's just going to trigger, kind of like the detonation of the poisons on Elenaril. You're doing the same thing here with HP burn, and they synergize very well together here for damage. So this is really good. As far as the A3 goes, this is AoE burn. It's even better. Great for bosses like Spider, but you're going to get value in this probably in a lot of PvE contexts, anything with waves, frankly. And there's a block debuff for 2 turns. And that's pretty good. That's 75%. It's a little bit higher chance of block buffs than Uugo. And it also has a decreased speed debuff if any of them have more than 50% turn bar, which is going to be the case probably at the start of waves in a lot of dungeons. So that's a really big thing. Galek comes with Galek comes with a really great 33% attack aura in all battles. So this is amazing. This is like some of the best starting stuff that you're going to get in the game. Also, whenever this champion receives fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, or petrification, instantly remove it and then fully heal this champion and then get a free turn. That's pretty amazing. So you don't want to like control Galek either, otherwise he's going to get some free turns. You can only do it once every 4 turns, but still really, really nice. These are some crazy starting champions and some of the best times to start playing Raid Shadow Legends if you haven't already. And just to review what you're getting, right? Of course, you get Elenaril, who I'm going to be screwing up for all days, by finishing the tutorial, Rector Drath at account level 15, and Uugo at account level 13. If you found some of the information in this video helpful, make sure you do me a favor and ring the notification bell, and hit subscribe. You'd be greatly helping support the channel. Some other things that I do want to talk about before we kind of finish up here, though, is I want to talk about some of the things that if you're a new player to Raid Shadow Legends, what you might be able to buy here that might help you out. Honestly, some things that are kind of cheap that you could get in on. The daily gem pack. Now it's a monthly pack. It's a 30-day gem premium calendar currency. Now our premium currency calendar. This is for $10 US. I'm already knee deep in this. I'm going to be picking up again in a week when mine expires. Another thing that's really good, that's really going to help you out. I've costed this out, compared to other resource offers. The daily energy pack is also really good. This is $20 US. And as far as energy per dollar goes, you're going to get the most bang for your buck on this. You're also going to get lots of multi-battles, which will help you to do some of the content without having to like stare at your screen sometimes to do that. So something I'm going to be picking up here today, and something that I recommend for others if you're looking for some light spending value here in the game. I think it's really good, and I'm going to pick that up later actually when I start grinding out more stuff. So a lot of good stuff to pick up. The other thing I do want to talk about, which I don't have available for me anymore, but you'll find at the bottom down here at the passes section. So for me, it's the Forge Pass, and I spoke about this in a previous video. These are some really great value passes, especially for getting some early good gear, especially in the 5 to 6 star category. Really, really good. But if you're a brand new player, you're going to come across the Apprentice Pass, which is going to, I think, also be about $20 US. But you're going to get a lot of related resources that are going to get new characters up to 6 star fast, and that's something that you would want to consider as well. If you're starting off fresh to the game, the Apprentice Pass is some of the best stuff on top of the Daily Gems pack and also the Energy Refresh pack as well that I just picked up earlier on. So those are some things that I want to share with you guys. Another thing that I actually do want to mention here is that there are going to be some promo codes here that I want to share with you here, and this might help you get you going after you use the Supreme 6. Now, this is courtesy of my Discord server. I will leave a link in the description down below. I do have a very extensive Discord server related to Raid Shadow Legends here. You can find in the Raid promo section that I have all of the current promo codes. Again, Supreme 6 is going to be the one that you're going to want to use for Supreme Galek, like I mentioned here. There's also these codes here, and particularly I want to highlight this one. Which is the Welcome Gift, or this is the promo code here, Welcome Gift. I'll put that in the comments down, the description down below as well, because you get yourself a free rare Bellower, and Bellower is one of the best rare champions in the game, in my opinion. But I believe that this code must be used within the first couple of days. Like, I don't think you can wait to use this, unlike some of the other ones. So I would keep that in mind. I would basically do this on day 2 after you've used the Supreme 6 code. Make sure you get that in because Bellower is very helpful and will help you in your content. Then there's also Yearlygift, which is going to give you 150 multi-battles and all of this stuff here. 1M gift, GAMELEAP, a PP50, but this has to be PC only, so make sure that if you're doing this via the PC client. RAIDCURIOUSER, I'm pretty sure this still works, and then 2 GT Spring Tricks. These are some of the codes. There's been some expired codes. I try to keep up to date with the promo codes up here. So hopefully some of these work for you and that you'll get some value out of that. But otherwise, wrong screen. Sorry, my bad. That's going to be it for now. Everybody went through there we go. You can see everything all over again. I didn't mean for that stuff to show up, but now is the best time to start playing Raid Shadow Legends because of these promotions. I think that if you want to start a brand new account, especially even if you're a veteran to Raid Shadow Legends, now is an amazing time to start over again and pick up some free champions along the way. So that's going to be it for now, everybody. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. I hope that you'll consider playing Raid Shadow Legends because I'm having an absolute blast and I want to share this all with you guys. So that's it for now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.